Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about the ARX100 again. In my last video, my first shots video, I showed the rifle not working with the Generation 3 PMAG, and that created a bit of a firestorm. You guys really caught on to that and started repeating that it doesn't work with PMAGs. I saw you commenting all over the internet, and that's not true. What you missed, or what some of you missed, was the text comment that I put at the bottom that the rifle does work with Generation 2 PMAGs or earlier. Here's a Generation 3 PMAG. Now, when I left the house to take the rifle to the range for the first time, I just grabbed a PMAG just to test the rifle with it. I didn't stop to think about the Gen 2 or Gen 3 differences. Just so happens I grabbed a Gen 3. The Gen 3 has a shelf here on the rear end of it that's new. The Generation 2 PMAGs don't have this. This shelf is meant to prevent over-insertion. With the original PMAGs, you could slam them home hard enough in some rifles that the magazine would go too far into the magazine well and cause malfunctions. So Magpul added this shelf to stop it. It's really designed to work with rifles like the AR-15. When I put the Generation 3 into the Beretta, it hits the trigger guard back here and stops just short of locking into the magazine well. Unless you take that shelf off the magazine, the Gen 3s are just not going to work in the Beretta. Now the Generation 2s, which I have here, it's not, it lacks that shelf here on the rear end of it. It'll go right into the magazine well and lock into place. And the gun will shoot with it. I'll show you that here in a second. And it works just fine. I can hit the magazine release, it'll drop out. Everything works just fine. Generation 2. Now the Generation 2 PMAGs are still available. I don't know if Magpul's still making them. The rumor is that they are, but I know that they're in abundance. I can buy these still at my local gun shop. They're everywhere. A lot of you guys also asked about the Lancer 5. This is a magazine I like and I use quite a bit. You'll see me using my Tavor, for example. Yes, the Lancer 5 works just fine in the ARX100. Again, a commonly available magazine. I'll test more magazines in the final review video, but I just wanted to clear the air on this because I didn't want to cause that firestorm inadvertently with the ARX100. The first shots videos are intended just to give you an idea of what the gun works like when I take it out of the box for the first time. It's not a full review video, so I don't want to condemn the rifle for something, especially something that isn't true. Yes, it does not work with Gen 3. Yes, it does work with Gen 2 and earlier PMAGs. Now, one more thing, the Surefire 60. Now, some of you guys commented on the video that you were able to get the Surefire 60 to work in your Beretta. So I went back and revisited that. If you stick the magazine in normally, it won't go in, but if you really whap it, it'll seat and it'll lock the bolt back, it'll do all that, but the problem arises in trying to get the magazine out. I can't get the magazine out of the gun once I get it seated. So I may have just, I got it out once. But once you get it in there, it's very difficult to get out. So does it work with the Surefire 60s? Well, if you want to pound a magazine in and not be able to change a magazine quickly, yeah, it'll work. You can see that it's rubbing on the sides of the magazine right there. You can see wear marks. Me personally, I wouldn't use them in the gun. I'm going to go ahead and chalk the Surefire 60 up as to not working in the ARX100. So anyway, I'm going to fire a few rounds out of the rifle using the Lancer 5 and the second generation PMAG. And then also we did a little bit of accuracy testing today as I continue my evaluation of the ARX100, and I'll show you the results of those accuracy tests. Top. Down to 100 yards after firing 5 rounds of Wolf 223, it's Wolf Gold. Even though it says 223, it's really loaded to 5.56 specs. Out of the affordable ammunition out there, things like Federal, American Eagle, or Winchester White Box, this stuff consistently gives me the best groups out of the affordable ammunition that's available. This 5-shot group fired from the ARX100 measures just about 2.5 inches. You can see it right here, and that's pretty average. That's what I would expect out of an M4, something like my Colt 6920. So there you have it. First up, Generation 2 PMAG loaded with Wolf Gold 223. All right, locks open, works just as it should. Does the magazine drop free? Yes, it does. All right, Lancer 5, again, Wolf Gold, 30 rounds. Locks open just fine. Does the magazine drop free? Yes, it does. So there you have it, guys. The rifle does actually work with Generation 2 PMAGs. It does not work with Generation 3 for the reasons I explained, and it works fine with Lancer 5s. We'll do some more testing. I'll include the Troy Battle Mag and some other magazines in the final review. I just wanted to clear the air. If you guys have any questions about anything you've seen in this video, you can ask those questions on our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/military arms. Also, please swing by and check us out on Instagram. I'll put a link to all that stuff down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you guys soon.